Good afternoon. I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. Angela Raynor, our Deputy Prime Minister, was on a whirlwind tour in Africa this week. She went to Ethiopia and she went to Ghana. What they are branding a partnership deal by the look of it, a growth partnership. Anyone else find that image problematic? A lot of people of colour surrounded by what some may argue is a white saviour. I'm not one of them, obviously, perish the thought. But it makes you think. Our farmers are going under, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. They are going under thanks to Rachel from accounts and a really, really, really appalling budget. When they say a growth partnership, I want to unpack what that actually means. It means what happened to the pits in the 70s and the 80s, and it's happening again to another community. The issue is costs, apparently. It's too expensive to farm in the United Kingdom. For the globalists, that is. I watched a programme on the BBC and opened my eyes. It was children, school-aged children, under 10, working in plantations. By the look of it, it looked like plantations for tea leaves and probably other agriculture products. They were paid a pittance, so they're not technically slaves, but they are earning a pittance. Now the situation is, they use that money to fund local schools, and then the exports are exported to the global north, the Western world, and it was basically a puff piece. It was, look how wonderful this is. Isn't this brilliant? Isn't this lovely? Isn't this marvellous? Well, no. If you paid 2p a day to pick tea leaves and then you use it to fund a school, that's not a good economic model for anybody. And in my opinion, that's exploitation. The reason why they're hitting the farmers with the tax is to get the farmland, and they want to give it to the large multinational corporations. That's pretty clear. We've had good people like Lewis Brackpool submit freedom of information requests to the government, and they've got back to him and they've actually said, we can't actually tell you why we're talking to these people because it may get in the way of government policy. Think about that. The freedom of information is not meant to be exempt for such things. We're meant to know about these things. How can we hold people accountable if we don't know what they're actually doing? The subsidies that farmers have to get off the government basically means that they're not actually profitable businesses. They're subsidised by the state to keep costs low for the consumer. So when you're paying £1.50 or £1.60 for 4 pints of milk, that probably costs double the price, but the shortfall is picked up by the taxpayer. If farmers were allowed to actually run a business and actually be profitable, none of this would be an issue. All of this is being outsourced, so another industry and another way of life is lost to history. I'm calling it out because Labour think that they are doing good things and they're good people. They're really disgusting and they are deeply shameful. I'm ashamed of every politician, every globalist that is in on this needs to be tried and put in prison for crimes against the realm. That's the way I would phrase it. I love the country and I love the countryside. As I've said previously, I feel at home in the countryside because it feels like Britain. These aren't the only attacks on the countryside. They are looking to make it harder for hunters and wildfowlers that work the countryside to keep pest control at bay, rabbits, foxes and whatnot. They're going to make it harder for people to get firearms such as shotguns. They're going to be doubling the prices of the shotgun licences, and they're also going to be making it so you've got to house them outdoors. The guns, that is. I can't see that going wrong, can you? It's an absolute embarrassment. These people have no understanding of the native British people, our culture and traditions, and I think they honestly don't care. If you think I've made some good points, and you think I'm onto something with this, make me aware. The growth that we're going to see from this is probably going to be minimal, and it's all about making sure the public sector is protected, people on the lofty pensions are protected, all our labour is outsourced to impoverished countries, and it's a busted flush in my opinion. It needs to change. I appreciate your time. You have a good day. Thank you for watching.